Good evening, welcome all of you. So, this evening we are going to discuss a very interesting topic that is on the higher planes of the mind. So, while taking up this topic, we just imagine um, what is really the mind. Sri Aurobindo very interestingly quotes, "Mind is man." So, mind is a man, and a latter Sri Aurobindo quoted in his most significant term. The beautiful definition Sri Aurobindo provided: supermind is Superman, as mind is man, so like supermind is Superman. So mind is the last ditch, almost stands at the bottom of the supramental involution. So here mind is of course this is the last ditch of the supermind. So in the evolution we have to again proceed from mind through the spiritualized mind to supermind. So different layers of mind we find while discussing the topic. This is will be on while bottom top to bottom supermind, then spiritualized mind. It contains overmind, intuitive mind, illumined mind, and of course higher mind. Then comes the layer, the mind where we really ordinarily people stand ordinary mind. So we'll discuss. We'll go, of course, in brief into this great topic that is on the higher planes of the mind. Sri Aurobindo quotes while discussing and defining the higher planes of mind. So higher planes and the higher consciousness. It is the initial terms Sri Aurobindo derives and explains. Higher planes are higher mind, illumined, intuitive, overmind, and supermind. This is really higher mind. Even in higher mind, Sri Aurobindo quotes supermind is at the apex. So, psychic, mind, physical, vital belongs to the ordinary manifestation. Ordinary manifestation to the ordinary manifestation, Sri Aurobindo categorically divides and categorically, of course, states, keeps all psychic, mind, vital, physical. All these belong to the ordinary manifestation. Again, Sri Aurobindo quotes beautifully, the planes and the body are not the same. Most of the time we get very much confused, like planes and the body. These here in the course, these are not the same. Above the head are seen the planes from the overmind down to the higher mind. Above the mind, above the head, down from top to bottom, we can find overmind down to the higher mind. But this is only a correlation in the consciousness, not the actual location in space. Anyway, it is there. Sri Aurobindo just categorically just defines in that way. Again, we are coming to the spiritualized mind, which contains supermind at the top and the ordinary mind at the bottom. So supermind is a mind which in its fullness is aware of the self. So this is a very great significant term, significant way Sri Aurobindo defines. Spiritual mind is a mind which in its fullness is aware of the self, reflecting the divine. Only the mind which is aware of the self and reflects the divine, that is nothing but none other than supermind. Seeing, reflecting the divine, seeing and understanding the nature of the self and it relations with the manifestation. Everything relation with the manifestation, seeing and understanding the self, and living in that, in contact with it, and calm, wide, and awake to a higher knowledge. Everything is being done by the supermind, of course, and not perturbed by the play of forces. The ordinary play of forces that does not perturb it, because supermind is supermind. It has got its significance. It has got its own way of working. When it gets the full liberated movement, very interesting. When it is getting fully gets its full liberated movement, its central station is very usually felt above the head. Its very center is felt above the head when the supermind gets liberated. And the thought, it's in to though the influence is extend downward through all these being and outward through the space, through the being inwardly and through the space outwardly. Everything is, of course, related, of course, very much interestingly marked, felt above the head. So its influence can extend downwards through all the being, and again outward through the space. So everything can be visualized when, of course, there is liberation of the supermind. Anyway, Sri Aurobindo again quotes of the higher consciousness means higher consciousness. What really this means, because people we know somehow to some extent we are conscious, but here in the course directly here about after defining the higher planes, higher mind, and of course here in the course here higher consciousness. Higher consciousness means the larger spiritual consciousness. Higher consciousness means it is larger spiritual consciousness. Higher consciousness, larger consciousness, okay, to some extent it is thinkable. It can be at least traced out, but thing is that once Irving has quoted the larger spiritual consciousness which contains all these things, like what really are the content in this larger spiritual consciousness, like one cosmic consciousness, intuitive consciousness, other planes of consciousness between intuition and the mind. So entire higher planes, higher level of consciousness, everything has been contained in this larger spiritual content consciousness. Again I want to quote it beautifully, Sri Aurobindo, as quoted by Sri Aurobindo. Higher consciousness means higher spiritual, larger spiritual consciousness, in which the major things are contained. That is cosmic consciousness, intuitive consciousness, other planes of consciousness between intuition and the mind. This is a possibility. And once it is there, you can develop them in the due place or order. So it can be developed in due place and order. Against here in the quotes beautifully, the planes below supermind, from over mind to higher mind. Just imagine the layers we can from top to bottom: supermind, then spiritualized mind, overmind, intuitive, illumined, and higher mind. Like this during the course, from overmind to the higher mind are of the spiritual consciousness. That's what's here. It is also spiritual mind, or it contains, it is classified, or it is almost known with the spiritual consciousness. But when there is a dynamic action from them, not static. If when there is a dynamic action from them, it is always a mixed action, because from the overmind down, there actually ignorance actually starts. There is a mixed action, not an action of pure knowledge, but the knowledge of subduing itself in the rule of the ignorance. Already from bearing supermind, when we come down, top down, from overmind itself, the ignorance level just begins and it ends in the most we are in the ordinary mind, ordinary consciousness. The cosmic necessity in a world of ignorance, cosmic necessity in a world of ignorance, where really we are staying, and it is the lower format and the lower consciousness level. If their action was that of the full knowledge, there would be no need of supramental descent. If everything is coming to the full swing, if everything is actually transformed, it is actually getting the larger sphere, touch of the larger sphere, it is getting deliberately changed and steadily, of course, permanently changed, then this so descent of the supramental force is not at all necessary. That's what's here in the course. But as it is coming, it is mixed, getting mixed, subdued, and getting, of course, intermixed with the ignorance. So naturally, for the liberation, supramental force is almost it is only necessity. There is no doubt of it. Then still in the course, higher consciousness is a concentrated consciousness. Very interesting. The thing to be judged, the thing to be actually realized. The higher consciousness is a concentrated consciousness, concentrated in the divine unity and it's in the working out of the divine will. So, just this line is more than enough to visualize, of course, to realize what Sri Aurobindo wants to explain. The higher consciousness, already we have seen this higher consciousness from with a larger spiritual consciousness, cosmic consciousness, intuitive, and other planes of consciousness between intuition and the mind. Already Sri Aurobindo has quoted. Anyway, this is higher consciousness is a concentrated consciousness, concentrated in what? In the divine unity. Second, in the workings out of the divine will. Like second, and not dispersed or rushing about after this, not dispersed or rushing about after this, or that mental idea or vital desire or physical need. That is the ordinary human consciousness. In ordinary human consciousness, three things are staying, and three things are many things. What after about is emerging from mind and life and body, like this. Mind, from mind, mental idea; from vital desires; from body, it is physical need. So actually, these are the ordinary human consciousness. It is rushing about and getting dispersed. But actually, when we someone is staying in the higher consciousness, then actually this is a concentrated consciousness which concentrates most upon the divine unity and working on the principle of the divine will. There is nothing else. So not also not invaded by the hundred haphazards of thoughts, feelings, and impulses. And there are possibility of getting invaded through thoughts, feelings, and impulses, but master of itself and centered and harmonious. So instead of getting haphazard by hundreds of thoughts, haphazard thoughts, feelings, and impulses, but master of itself, centered, and of course harmonious. Against Sri Aurobindo beautifully quotes intuition in direct contact with the higher truth. Intuition is in direct contact with the higher truth, because after intuition comes your overmind, then overmind is a passage to supermind. But not in the integral contact. It gets the truth in classes and turns these classes of truth perception into the intuition. This is coming in classes, not in direct contact. Intuitive ideas, it is actually evolving, emerging, evolving, it is coming down. The idea of the true intuition are always correct in so far they go, but when intuition is diluted in the ordinary mind stuff, its truth gets mixed with the error, because ordinary consciousness packed with ignorance and all, when intuition level and this ordinary level it is getting mixed, then the error is getting evolving out. Then, of course, we are going to discuss little bit. One can get intuition, communications from the, of course, the intuitive planes. When, while that, even while the ego exists, if even if ego is there, some influence, some instruction or some class is there. But to live in the wideness of the intuition is not possible with the limitations of the ego. Sometimes we begin with the ego, it is also possible to get the blinks, but the thing is that with the ego, it is 100%, or the steadiness is not possible. The intuition is the first plane on which there is the real opening of the full possibility of the realization. It is the first step intuition. First plane is intuition, where there is a possibility of getting the intuition. It is through it that one goes further from overmind to the supermind. Then against here in the course, the very first step in the supramental change is to transform all operations of the consciousness from ordinary mental to the intuitive, and only then there is hope of proceeding to the further and not go towards the supermind. Anyway, so from there itself, the emergence is there. The very first step of the supramental change is to transform all operations of consciousness from ordinary mental to the intuitive. That transformation is very much required. Only then there can any hope of proceeding further. This transformation is utmost required not to but towards the supramental. Again, after this intuitive mind and all, we are proceeding little bit to the higher mind, of course. So here in the course, higher mind is a thing in itself above the intellect. Intellect, here in the course, it is born from the ignorance. Again, here in the course, the higher mind is a thing in itself above the intellect. It is only when something of the power comes down, something of the power comes down from right from top to bottom, from supermind down till higher mind, and modified in the lower kind and substance, then it acts as a part of the intellect. So after this, we can go for the illumined mind. We can see intuition is above the illumined mind. And we already seen that layer, intuition, and after intuition coming down, there will be illumined mind, which is simply higher mind raised to a great luminous state. Higher mind at the below and above is intuition. Here the higher mind gets luminosity and more open to the modified forms of the intuition and separation. Again, the substance and of the knowledge is the same in higher mind and the illumined mind, of course, but the higher mind gives only the substance and the knowledge from the thought and word. In the illumined mind, the difference is that in illumined mind there begins the peculiar light and energy and ananda of the knowledge, which grows and rises higher by scale, else the knowledge comes to the higher and higher source. So there is in illumined mind, there is luminosity, there is of course very much ananda and ananda of the knowledge, etc. So again, we can conclude the world of knowledge is compared with the several planes as one of them that inspiration comes. So we can be very much careful and we can feel the knowledge as supermind down overmind, and overmind illumine intuitive and illumined, and of course over higher mind, and these all for overmind down to the higher mind, it is spiritual mind, then comes the ordinary human mind. So this is the layer and the higher consciousness, it contains everything. We'll see. Thank you. Vande Mataram.